Good morning everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Can of Worms by Megan033. Now, this puzzle is, I think this was done before a puzzle I did earlier this month called Crossing Sums by Megan033, which is using the same constraint basically. And I think this was made before, but I got it after, and I don't remember anything I discovered while solving that puzzle. It's been a rough month. But I'm interested in rediscovering what I found, because it's, if you're seeing this video without having seen the other one, then me turning around and just going, well, obviously blah, doesn't actually help you. So, and this has been something I've been noticing is getting worse and worse in the community, which is that people just assume that everyone knows what they know. I recently encountered this on Logic Masters Germany, where a puzzle that broke some of my testers who've been in the community for years, some of them longer than me, some of them have been solving puzzles since 2018, couldn't solve a puzzle, and on Logic Masters Germany it's 2 stars. And I just don't understand it. It's like, how is this a thing? It's like, oh, it just doesn't make sense to me, because it just is telling people that, you know, if you come to the hobby, Logic Masters Germany is somewhere that people are told to go and find puzzles, and they find a 2-star puzzle, and it is completely and utterly inapproachable to anyone who is trying to get into the hobby, and therefore they just told, this isn't for you. And is that the message we want to be giving people? Have we really got to the point where it's like, if you haven't been in the hobby for years, please don't join us? This channel should not be that. I try and explain stuff from beginning, which is why I'm glad I don't remember what I discovered last time, so I can rediscover it. But it just, I'm really disliking how much that I'm encountering people just turning around and saying, if you don't know this, it's not our job, or then you shouldn't be doing this. And it's just been around, it's getting worse, and I don't like it. Anyway, this isn't about Megan033. Thank you for sending me this puzzle. I'm really looking forward to exploring this again, because Megan033 saw me do the other solve and was like, oh, maybe you're interested in the other one I did like this. Yes, I am. I very much am. So, how does this one work? So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Normal Sudoku rules. I explain them in every video, pretty much. Lines are both Renban and Sum Lines. So what are they? So each line has to follow both properties. Renban is that digits placed on the line must form a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So what does that mean? So if you were to place digits on a line, when you take those digits off the line, or if you were to take those digits off the line and sort them, they would be a run of digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be a run of digits. 1, 2, 4, 5 would not be a run of digits, because like a straight in poker or something, it's not a counting set of digits. So this line here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 digits long. A run of 6 digits would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It wouldn't be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, because you're missing the 4. So it's not a set of consecutive digits. Non-repeating means you can't go 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you've got 2 2s on it. You've got a repeating digit. So it just must be a run of digits without repeats, and they must be consecutive when you take them off and sort them. That's what any order means. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine for Renban. That works. Yeah. That's what Renban means, and a few people have gotten caught up on that recently. Sum lines means the sum of the digits on a line is the same within each box the line is in. So what does that mean? It means this line exists in 3 different boxes of the Sudoku. This is a box of a Sudoku, this is a box of the Sudoku, and this is a box of the Sudoku. So this line has those 2 cells in box 5, these 2 cells in box 2, and these 2 cells in box 4. So these 2 cells must have the same sum as those 2 cells, which must have the same sum as those 2 cells. That's what it means. So it must have both of the properties of Renban and Sum Lines. We also have consecutive pairs, which means any cell separated by a white dot must be consecutive, so difference of 1, and not all white dots are given. So it would be perfectly fine for, which is good because these are Renban lines, but it would be perfectly fine for those 2 dots to be those 2 cells, or those 2 to be consecutive. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So we have, and I'm thinking the 4-cell line might be the most restricted because, okay, having to go back to first principles again, and I'm not sure if I'm going to need my calculator, because a 4-cell Renban line, if I was to do 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be summing to 10, and I could make up, that would work, because 1, 2, 3, 4, I could use 1, 4, and 2, 3 and get a sum of 5. Now, if I was to use, this is always going to break my brain. If I was to use 2, 3, 4, 5, what I've done is I've dropped a 1 and added a 5. So the sum is now 14. And 2, 3, 4, 5 would work, wouldn't it? Because 2, 3, 4, 5, I could use 2, 5, and 3, 4 and add to 7. But the sums are always going to be odd, aren't they? 5, 7, 9. Because if I then drop off the 2 and I add, because I'm always going to go up. So if I drop off the 2, I then need to add on the 6. So I'm adding 4. 4 divided by 2, so yeah, if I then do 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is 18 divided by 2 is 9. Wow, so I don't go to 7, I go to 9. So it's 5, 7, 9 is the next one, 11. So if I drop off, if I go 4, 5, 6, 7, I really don't understand this. I'm terrible at this math, which is awful for watching me solve it. 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7 is 13. Yeah, 22, which is 11. So those are always going to sum to, these are always going to be odd totals. But can I do 11? Like 4, 5, 6, 7 would be 4, 7, and 5, 6. So it's always going to be the extreme digits. So it would be 1, 4 with 2, 3 in the middle. So the extreme digits on one side and the middle digits on the other. That's interesting. So is it the longer lines? Because that's a 7-cell long line. Now, a 7-cell long line, I've only got 3 options. And so 1 through 7 sums to 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sums to 28, I think. So is it? No, that's wrong. No, that is right. 1 through 7 is 28. Now, 28 divided by 3 doesn't work because I need to be able to divide it by 3. So 28 divided by 3 doesn't work. So it's not 1 through 7, and there's no 1 on this line. So the next option is 2 through 8. So I subtract the 1, and then I add 8, which is 35. 35 divided by 3 doesn't work. So this is 3 through 9. 3 through 9, well, 1 through 9 is 45. 45 minus 1 and 2 is 42. 42 divided by 3 is, well, 30 divided by 3 is 14. So each of these sums to 14. So this is a 14 sum, and this is the same. This is a 14 sum. So the 7-cell line is always a 14 sum. But I need to make, I need to make 14 sums out of 3 through 9. So these are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, 9 must go with 5. Could I do... Yeah, and I can't use 1, 4 or 3, 2. So 9 must go with 5 in one of the ends. So I can't put 9 in the middle because I can't make 5 in 2 cells here because I don't have 2 or 3 available, 1 or 2 available. So 9, 5 is in one of the ends. So there's no 5 here. Now 8 needs to go with 6. And the only ways to make 6 are 1, 5 or 2, 4. And I don't have 1 or a 2 available. So 8 must go with 6 in the ends. So these are 9, 5 and 8, 6. And these are 3, 4, 7, which does sum to 14. And these are 3, 4, 7, and these, because it's the same line, are 5, 6, 8, 9. The only ones here that are consecutive are the 3 and the 4, and that's the 7. So this is 6 or 8. Now this means this isn't the 7. I can remove the 1, 4 from here because I know these sum to 14 now because I've got the 14 here. And these are 5, 6, 8, 9 quadruples in the columns. So what's that going to do for the other lines? So this line can only sum to a single digit. So the sum has to be a single digit. But I'm working with a 5-cell long line. So if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 divided by 3 would be 5. That would work. So this could be a 5. Maybe this isn't the way to solve this puzzle, but it's the way I'm having to do it. Because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be 15 divided by 5. If it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm terrible at this math. Actually, I know how to do this with my calculator faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I select 2 through 6, the sum is 20. 20 divided by 3 doesn't work. If I select 3 through 7, it's 25, which doesn't divide by 3. If I select 4 through 8, it's 30, which would mean this has to be 10. This has to be 1 through 5. This is the 5. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of them is 1, 4, and one of them is 2, 3. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Seven is in one of these two by Sudoku. 3, 4, and 7 are in there, and 3, 4, and 7 are in there. Seven is in one of those two by Sudoku. Actually, these are just 3, 4, 7. There's no 1, 2 here. This is a 3, 4, 7 triple by Sudoku. So if this is 3 or 4, this is 1 or 2. This is very strange because 3, 4, 7 can't go here, 3, 4, 7 can't go here, and these are 5, 6, 8, 9. So this is a 3, 4, 7. So these are 1 and 2. That's very strange. It's cool, but very strange. So what can this line be? This is a 6-cell line, long line that has to divide by 3. Now 1 through 6 is 21. So 1 through 6 is 21, which would divide by 3 to 7. 2 through 7 is 27, which doesn't divide by 3. 3 through 8 is 33. 3 through 8 is 33, which would divide by 3 to 11. And 4 through 9 is 39. Is 39, which would divide by 3 to 13. Now, can I actually do that, though? Are any of those locked out? Well, this can't... Oh, actually, it could be 1 through 6, couldn't it? If it was 1 through 6, they'd sum to 7. So they'd be 3, 4, 1, 6, and 2, 5. This couldn't be 3, 4. So this would be 1, 6 or 2, 5. This couldn't be 2, 5. And, well, this would have to be 3, 4. This would be 3, 4. This would be 1, 6. This would be 2, 5. But that seems okay. Hang on, no, this couldn't be anything. If this summed to 7, this would be 3, 4, but that would have no fill. So this line can't sum to 7. So this line has to sum to 11 or 13. Because in order to sum to 7, this would have no fill. Because of this 3, 4, 7 triple. So it's 11 or 13. So if I'm using 3 through 8, how do I do 11? I do 8, 3, 7, 4, 5, 6. Hang on, that's not right. 8, 3. Yeah, 8, 3, 7, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 3, 8. This would be 7, 4. And that doesn't work. So this can't sum to 11. Because the only thing I could do here is 8, 3. Because I can't do 7, 4. And I can't do 5, 6 because that's not 5 or 6. So this would be 3, this would be 8. This can't be 5, 6, so this would be 7, 4. But if this is 7, 4, both of those are 3. So this line has to sum to 13. So this is 4 through 9. So there's no 3 there. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they sum to 13. Well, there's no 5 there. So if they sum to 13... it's 4, 9, 5, 8, and 6, 7. So there's no 5, so there's no 9. There's no 5 there, so there's no 9 there. There's no 4 there, so there's no 9 there. There's no 7 there, so there's no 6 there. This is 8 and 5, so 8 comes out of all of them. The only way to make it here is 6, 7. So this is the 4, which means this is the 9, this is the 3, this is the 7, the 3 goes with the 2, and 2 and 3 come out of these. This is crazy! The 1, 4 here makes this the 2, which makes this the 1. The 5 and the 8 come out of here, so these summed to 14. So 9 goes with 5, and 6 goes with 8. But the same here, this is 6, 9, and this is 5, 8. The 6, 7 takes 7 out of there. That's nuts. This is a 3, 7 pair now. Because 3 can't go in those. Neither can 7. That's a 3, 7 pair. This line is crazy. 3, 4 pair makes that the 7. This is a quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 6, and 9. There's no 6, 9 there. This is a 1, 2. There's no 6 there. These are 5, 6, 8 and 9, but that can't be a 9. So I think I need to look at this line, because this line needs to be divisible by 2. So if it was 1 through 5, and again, I've just got a list of the numbers in my calculator spreadsheet, which is 1 through 9. And if I select 1 through 5, now I know that's going to be 15. The sum of that is 15, which I can't divide by 2. If I select 2 through 6, the sum of that is 20. So I can just say that 2 through 6 is 20, which would have a sum of 10. Now, if I select 3 through 7, the sum of that is 25, which is not divisible by 2. If I select 4 through 8, the sum of that is 30. 4 through 8, the sum of that is 30. Now, other people could do this math better than me, the sum of which would be 15. And 5 through 9, the sum of which is 35, which is not divisible by 2. So the sum is either 10 or 15. Now, if it's 2 through 6, and the sum was 10, if this was 2 through 6, the 6 couldn't go down here, could it? No, because then I would need 2 digits summing to 4, which would be 1, 3, and I don't have them. So the 6 would go here with the 4, and this would be 2, 3, 5. So this would be 6, 4, and this would be 2, 3, 5. And this would be the 2, 3, and this would be the 5. If it's 4 through 8 summing to 30, if it's 4 through 8 summing to 30, sorry, summing to 15, if I put the 8 down here, I couldn't put the 8 here because it would need to go with 7. And if I put the 8 down here, I'd need 2 digits that sum to 7. But the minimum digits I'd have is 4 and 5. It doesn't work. This has to be 2 through 8 summing to 20, which means each is 10. Sorry, 2 through 6. This has to be 2 through 6, because if I do 4 through 8, I can't put the 8 anywhere. Because I can't make 7 down here in 2. Because once I put the 8 down here, 4 and 5, that's not the 15. And if I put it up here, I'd need a 7. So it is 2 through 6. So these are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, summing to 10 on each side. I can't do the 6 down here, I blow the total. So this is 6, 4. This doesn't have a 4, it's 2, 3, 5. There's no 2, 3 here. This is the 5, this is the 2, 3, this is the 4, 6. That means there's no 5, these sum to 14, there's no 5, 9 here. This is 6, 8. There's no 6, 8 here, this is 5, 9. The 6, 8 makes that the 9 and that the 5, which jumps over making this the 6 and this the 8. This is stunning. The 6, 8 makes this the 4 and this the 6. Still haven't unlocked it, but each line is doing its own little bit of pressure. And now it's going to be this, isn't it? And people may be unhappy about the way I'm solving this puzzle, but 7 is in one of those two. Actually, this is a 4-7 pair, because I need to put 4 and 7 in this box, and I can't put them in this row. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 9, and I know the order, 1 and 9. So these, actually I've had those for a while, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 and 8, which aren't resolved, unfortunately. I do need to put an even digit on this. Maybe this quadruple, 1, 5, 6, 8. No, I'm not sure. But this Those are just 5 digits. Well, 5 is here by Sudoku. Actually, no, 5 is just there by Sudoku. And this is a quadruple, which is 1, 2, 3, 8. There's no 3 there. I can't put 1 on this line because 1, 2, it's only 4 long. 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't get me there. So there's no 1 here. 8, 7, 6, 5 doesn't work because 8, 7, 6, 5, if this was an 8, these would have to be 7 and 6, but this is a 2 or a 3. So this is a 2, which takes 2 out of those. 2 doesn't allow me to have 8 on this line. This is a 3. And these sum to 7, so this is a 4. I don't even need to do the math. The Sudoku gets me there. This is 1, 8, and I know the order. That takes 1 out of all of those. This becomes the 1. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 6, and 7. Well, there's no 7 in those. This is the 7. The 2, 3 looks up making this the 6 and this the 2. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 8, and 9. There's no 9 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, and 7, which I can resolve. 7 and 3, which makes this 6 and this 7. There's a lot more to do. So this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is even. So this has to be consecutive with 2 or 4. So it's 1, 3, or 5, and it's not 3 or 5. This is 1, this is 2, this is 4. The 1 looks down, making this the 4 and this the 1. So the 4 looks across, making this the 7 and this the 4. The 7 looks back, making this the 3 and this the 7. The 3 looks back, making this the 2 and this the 3. There's a triple because of this 6, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 5, 9. These are 1, 5, 9. There's a 5 here. There's a 5 here. This is the 5. This is the 9. This is a 1, 9 pair. What's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's no 5 there. So that gives me a 6, 8 pair. This is crazy. There's no 6 in either of those because of the 6s already in the rows. So this is the 6. This is the 8. This is the 6. These are now pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 7 here. So this is the 5. This is the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 and 9. There's a 2, 6, 9 looking over. So this is the 3, this is the 9. This 5 is making this the 8 and this the 5. The 8 looks back making this the 1, and I can take 1 out of both of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 4, which looks up making this the 3 and this the 4, which looks down making this the 3 and this the 4. The 1, 9, no, not yet. Not yet, getting there. So this row, I need to put a 2 in this row. So these are 2, 8, and 9. 2, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. I've missed something. I've got to put 1 in one of those two. Where's 3 in this box? 3 is right there. So this is 3, this is 1. So this is 2, 8, 9, and it must contain an 8. Where is 8? 8 in this box must be in one of those two. So this becomes the 6, this becomes the 8, this becomes the 6. The 6 looks up taking 6 out of there. This is a 2, 9 pair. This is a 6. So this is 1, 2, or 9 for the column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, or 9, and it sees a 1, 9. So this is the 2, this is the 9, this is the 8, this is the 9. The 8, 9 makes that the 2, which makes that the 8. The 2 looks up making that the 9 and that the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 and 8. The 8 makes that the 5 and that the 8. The 1 looks down making that the 9 and that the 1. And that is the correct solution to Can of Worms by Megan033. I did like this puzzle. It's had 31 solves in... Oh, it doesn't give a day counter anymore. I'm kind of cool with that. But it's had 31 solves. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I got this puzzle into my queue about a month ago. Yeah, 31 solves. I'm hoping to drive that number up because this puzzle was fun. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. I've had a few hard ones recently. This one felt a little bit easier. And yeah, so the way I did it is I literally had a spreadsheet where I just put the numbers 1 through 9. And because I'm bad at just adding runs of numbers, and I definitely needed it for this, what I was doing is I was just selecting, okay, it's a 5-cell long line, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So rather than adding those in my head, I'd select the digits 2 through 6 and look at the sum. And that would give me that. So, 2 through 6, the sum of that is 20. And it just meant that I was a lot faster. Now, I could do that by saying, okay, the sum of 1 through 6 is 21, and I know that just through experience, and then I could subtract 1. But if I'm adding, if I'm doing 3 through 8, there's just too much weirdness going on in my head, and I'm trying to remember other things as well, and talk to the camera and everything. So if I just get the spreadsheet to do the tricky math for me, it just makes it easier and less boring for you than sitting here watching me count on fingers, because that's what I end up doing. Yeah, no, that was really, really cool. And I was able to demonstrate the logic and apparently get it right. Awesome. Thank you, Megan033, for the puzzle. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, good luck with your solving.